Hello. This is a life profile chart. So this is what I prepare for my clients before I do a consultation. So I thought I'd give you a little introduction to what it contains. So bear with me. I've got a little wobbly stand here. I'm not the most practical of people, but let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about each area. Now, many years ago, when my children were still in primary school, I did some study into personality assessor tools, which I found very interesting. That was pre-numerology. Now, I can tell you that many, if not most, of the personality assessor tools out there used by professional people, such as psychologists and human resources people, are based on this area of this chart and others on this number here. So as you can see, it gives you a partial view of all this. So I just thought I'd, throw that in for you. It's always interesting to know what's out there, but very interesting indeed. Now, from the date of birth, we get the birth number, sometimes also called the life path number. And so with the day, the year, and the month, we bring each of those numbers down to a single digit. And then we add those to get a true and authentic birth number. So the 16 becomes 7, 1 and 6 are 7, the 8 remains the same, the 2001 becomes a 3. So then we add them across and we get an 18-9. As you can probably see, if we were to add straight across, 16 and 8 is 24 and 3 is 27. If we were to add straight across, this person's birth number would come to a 27-9 and not an 18-9. Now, the 27-9 would not be his authentic birth number. So to get the authentic true number, we need to bring each down to a single digit. The other reason doing this is because each one of these numbers tells me something about this person. The numbers behind the calculated birth number also tell me something about the quality of the 9. So it's different. So the 27-9 is there are variations to the quality of the 9 or to the ability of the 9 as opposed to the 18-9. So everything is very specific. And everything tells me something. Every number here tells me something. Okay, so now, so when you want the true birth number, the true life path number, this is how you do it. Now, on top of, just above the birth date, we have major time cycles for this individual. Before I continue, I just want to tell you that Yannick Sinner is a public person. So these details, his date of birth and his name, are on public record. So I could access them because I'm very, confidentiality is very important to me for my clients. So I just thought I'd let you know that, yes, he is a public person. So now back to this. So above the date of birth, we have the 4 major time cycles for this individual, also called, known as pinnacles. Now these, you can look at these as opportunities. What is life offering you? So within a given time span. And the time spans vary according to the birth number. Okay? So, they're timed differently. So, for example, for this person, the first major time cycle is from birth to age 27, till he completes that 27th year. And then from age 28, he moves into his second, and so forth and so forth. So if this was a 1 birth number, well, then the first major time cycle would be from birth to age 35. So everything is specific. We're talking maths here. We're talking numbers. There's no iffy stuff here. It's solid. And so these are opportunities, what life is offering you. What it says, okay, this is what I'm going to give you a practice run at. Can you do it? Can you step up? Can you meet it? Can you take this, what I'm offering you? Are you prepared to meet me, to take it? Underneath here, below the date of birth, we have the 4 major challenges. Okay, so this is what life with a capital L, or divinity, the universe, whatever name you have for that magnanimous energy source, creator. Okay, so here we have the 4 major challenges. So and again, each is timed correspondingly with the 4 major cycles of opportunity. And this tells me a lot. I can look at this chart and I know what's going on in this person's life. I know if it's difficult for him to find joy. I know if he's going through some deeply felt emotions or feelings. I know if his mood's down. I know if there are indications of depression or low moods. I don't need to ask the questions. Once I have this chart, I know. And this is what allows me to offer help, so they can come to know if they're going through a difficult time. They can know that it's not just because they're not doing enough. It's because life is offering them this challenge or this enormous opportunity. And so it's all about understanding. There are no bad numbers. At no time does life set out to hassle you. Everything that comes to you is intended to give you a practice run, to polish up some area of your life. So look at it as that, because that's what it is. Now, if we look here at the name is the destiny, and this is the name given at birth. That's where your destiny is written. And if we look to ancient cultures, they looked at the name as offering either greatness or nothingness. A lot of emphasis was put on the name, and rightly so. But I must say, it's not just the name. It's not what life offers you, but your response to it that's going to make the big difference. If you walk alongside life, if you understand this, what life is offering you, well, then you are in an excellent position to choose. Can I do it? Do I want to do it? Because if life offers you an opportunity, well, then life knows that you can do it. But do you want to do it? That's the question. But it's there. If it's offered, it means you can do it. And so from the name, as I said, we get the destiny. And again, we bring each name down to a single digit. Every letter of the alphabet, it has a corresponding number. So for Yannick Sinner, he has a 3 destiny. And it comes from the 12, the 1, 2. Okay. Now, from the vowels of the name, in the name, we get the heart number. The heart number tells you a lot about what the person feels inside, and what can take you a long time to find out about that person, because it's what is non-negotiable with them. Yeah. So it's very, very important. The personality number is taken from the consonants of the name, and a quick way of calculating that, if you don't want to add up all the consonants, what you do is you look at the destiny number In this case, it's a 3. And then you add 9 to that. So 3 and 9 is 12. And then you subtract the heart number from the destiny number. Not the destiny number from the heart. It has to be the heart number from the destiny number. So if we subtract here, this is a short way of doing it, we take the 6 away from the 12 and we end up with a 6. So his personality number is the same as his heart number. So this can be very revealing, because how he presents to you when you first meet him will tell you a lot about what he feels inside, what's close to his heart. Oftentimes, the personality number is different to the heart number and different to the birth number. So it's not always what we see is a true indicator of what's important to that person or the ability and talent that person has. Sometimes, relationships begin based on personality numbers, and then once, if they have nothing else in common, if the couple has nothing else in common, well, then they can go their separate ways. And that is the reason why. So, be aware of that. Now, I've got here the numbers 1 to 9. Now, the numbers below this area are how many of the numbers does this person have in his name. So as you can see, there are some zeros here. Does this mean that he's lacking? Not necessarily, because some of these numbers can be found elsewhere in the chart, which gives him an opportunity to experience the qualities of that number. The other thing is we don't need, here he has 3 1s. Well, this is an average number of 1s, but we don't need the same number, the same quantity of each number. There are some numbers we can even live more harmoniously without. So, it's not that we need all the numbers and we need the same of all and that we absolutely must have them all. Everything tells you something about this individual, whether the number is not there or whether it is there. It tells me something about this individual. The life achievement number is ongoing, and it's, how can I describe that? It's where life wants to take you. Okay, so it's as you are becoming the whole of who you were born to be, as you live your destiny day in and day out, and as you come to experience life, to take the opportunities, to meet the challenges. Life with a capital L is directing you, and that direction is found in your life achievement number. This is often felt as what we used to call midlife crisis, not a term often used today, but it's that time in life where you look back and you say to yourself, well, here I am at this age, whether you're in your 30s, 40s or 50s, because it varies for everyone. We don't always come to that at the same age, and we might say to ourselves, well, I'm not where I thought I would be. I have not accomplished all that I set out to accomplish, and that is, you can look at that as that life achievement number nudging you and saying, hey, you've got plenty of time yet. Get your act together. This is what you need to focus on. This is where I want to take you. So it's a very important number, but aren't they all? They are all important. This area here, this is, so far I've spoken about who this person is when he's in his element, how he is. This area is different because this tells me how he responds to life when life comes at him. Whether it's a curved ball, whatever it is, when life comes at him, this is how he responds. So this is how I know, and it's not that it's evident when you look at people, but this tells me that. And so this is made off of four planes of expression. So we have the physical and the practical, the everyday playing field of life. Then we have the mental or the intellectual plane. And then we have the emotional plane. And then we have the intuitional or the spiritual plane. So the four planes of life. And this tells me how he responds on each of those levels when life comes at him. So he might be all together when he's calling the shots, but when life throws a shot at him, you know, he might fumble with how he plays that shot. And that's how we all are. But this tells me how he's inclined to play that shot. Very revealing. This is also very important when we come to relationships. Okay, so now this area down here, let's see if I can turn this. Here we are. Okay, so this area down here is like a little video clip of every year of his life. I've taken it back to 2020, but I could in fact take this all the way back to the day he was born, and it would be like a little video clip of numbers, you know, telling me, you know, what was influential in his life, what happened here and what happened there. It's like a reflective life movie, actually. So it's very revealing. It is an area that is not used by many numerologists. I would say most numerologists do not use this area. It takes a great deal of mastership to interpret this area, but it's very revealing, and it's something that you can feel in the now, you know, the present, right now. What am I feeling? What is this person feeling? Is he feeling blocked? Is he feeling like there are four walls around him? Is he feeling scattered? Is he feeling sad? Is he feeling joyous? You know, it's very revealing. And it's taken from every letter of his name. And so, you know, the letter comes in at a corresponding age. So you've got to be very specific. But it gives us, it's very revealing. Very revealing. And so we can see that the letter K has a duration of 2 years, because every letter has its corresponding number, and that tells us what the duration of that number, of that letter is. So there you go. Now, this set of numbers here, right on the bottom, okay, the bottom line here, this is his personal year numbers cycle of events here. And this is a very important area, and it is one area of the chart that can stand alone. And why is it so important? Because everything that happens here, all the experiences that you live here, is governed, right, each year by your personal year cycle number. And because of this importance, I have written a whole book dedicated just to that area, the 9 cycles of a rich life. So what this does is it allows you to know what your governing number is within that year cycle, year in, year out, for the rest of your life. And so it puts you in a position of self-empowerment, because what it does is it allows you and encourages you to respond according to what life has deemed for you for that given year. And so, you know, for this reason, it is extremely important and extremely influential in maximising, in minimising any life stress and maximizing success and happiness in your life. It's available from your favorite online bookstore. So there you go. I just wanted to give you that little explanation of the chart, of the life profile chart. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.